It's about that time.
Pre-record on my count. 7, 6, 5, 4. Here we go, Roger.
And on Insights, two eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS, where we always talk the talk.
Good evening, everybody. This is MicknRick. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, with the gray eyebrows and matching beard. I always like to coordinate, like to get it matched together there. And with me, the reporter's favorite reporter, all the way from the Golden Coast, Rick Brown. Pulitzer Award-winning reporter.
Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. Congratulations to the White Ryder Cup team for crushing that European booty this weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, Coach? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Man, I haven't watched this much golf in a long time. Probably since the Masters, when Tiger won the Masters in 19. So it's been a couple of years, and but this was good. Oh man, this was a good weekend. Mercy me.
Well, it also let people know that actually golf is being played again, because after Tiger stopped, when he got injured, that was pretty much it. And nobody, well, a whole lot of people didn't watch it. So we kind of glad that now it's back and has interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has interest in it. Now, we got some comments. I'll share them when we get to that segment. But one of the things, we kind of talk about the upsets. Texas A&M, FSU past and present got beat. Arkansas got them pretty bad, 20-10. But Texas A&M playing what, they down to the second or third team quarterback now.
Yeah.
Unranked North Carolina State got that Clemson. They got a little piece of that.
Wow.
Unranked Baylor beat Iowa 31-29. Unranked Georgia Tech drilled North Carolina 45-22. And Auburn's women's volleyball team, they're going to be looking for a new coach. FAMU beat them 3-2. And then Alabama State beat them 3-2. They lost to two historically black colleges. Those PWIs, they don't play that.
They don't like that.
No, they don't like that. No, they don't. They really don't. Hey, before I get, I need to ask you about something.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on, right quick. Because I know this is whenever you start like this, I already know. Let's go. Yes, sir, Coach Clayton. How can I help you?
I'm gonna tell you who made this coaching quote: George Halas, Peyton Manning, or Tony Dungy. And you got 5 seconds left to answer.
Peyton Manning? He's not a coach. Go ahead.
It's not wanting to win that makes you a winner. It's refusing to fail. 5, 4, 3, 2.
The first guy you said.
George Halas?
Yes.
Peyton Manning.
See, that's a player. That's why
you should have known who it was.
That's why the quote didn't even ring like it should have rang. Like those coaches, like when you go in the locker room and you tell them.
Yeah, you can't use that on here.
Well, all right. Well, but you go to the guy who just won Player of the Year and you look at him as someone should have taken your award from you because you don't deserve it. The way you're playing out here, the motivation. I mean, all right. Say the quote again. Let me stop. Say the quote again.
Yeah. Let me stop. Let me get to our high school segment right here with the legendary Earl.
What up? What up? What up, my peeps? Let's get right down to business. Last week's game of the week. Madison County, Florida High, 21-13 in Madison on a Friday night. And I can guarantee you the whole town shut down for that one. Congratulations to Madison on a bounce-back win. But make no mistake, Florida High is a talented, well-coached ball club, and they will be a force in Class 3A. In other action, Childs kicked off the week, but fell to Creekside 35-21. The Leon Lions, boy, they were game as they had to start the kicker at quarterback, but was stopped by Navarre 24-14. Arcilla fell to Rock Springs Christian 28-14. Now the fireworks game of the week. North Florida Christian and Valwood combined for 94 points, with NFC prevailing 50-44. And then one after another, the blowouts began. Godby fought hard in the first half at Niceville, but were toppled 56-21. And I knew we were in trouble, ladies and gentlemen, when I saw the flyover approaching. And by flyover, I'm not talking about geese, hawks, eagles, pigs, mosquitoes, and anything else you think can fly. I'm talking about F-1 fighter jets. 21. Gadsden County, they beat the brakes off of Dothan, giving them a sad ride back to sweet home Alabama, 42-7. JP2, they spontaneously combusted on Sneeds, 55-6. Monroe remains undefeated by beating the ever-loving dog stew out of North Florida Educational Institute 56-0. And Jefferson County gets off the schneid by shellacking Vernon 38-0. Congratulations to Coach Ira Reynolds on his first win of the season. This leads to Coach Reynolds and Jefferson County facing his former FAMU DRS Baby Rattlers in our game of the week. Arcilla will travel to Franklin County. Leon and Childs, they can carpool down I-75. As Childs is in a battle of one-win teams at Ocala Forest, and they can drop Leon off in Gainesville as they take on Buchholz. Florida High will get tested again as they face the masters of time of possession in Wakulla. Madison's road doesn't get any easier as they take on Dunellen, which has a great golf course, by the way. Lincoln will square off versus Gadsden County. Godby travels west again to Pensacola to face West Florida, and Rickards looks to enjoy homecoming versus Fort Walton Beach. Now in what should almost be the game of the week, Monroe travels to Prattville, Alabama in the Battle of the Undefeateds to take on Artuga Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, now even though this is a high school segment, I look forward to seeing my FAMU Rattlers versus Alabama State in their first SWAC home game. Florida State fans, please avoid any sharp objects at this time. Go get vaccinated. Until next week.
My boy just had too much fun doing that, doesn't he? He had too much fun doing that.
Oh, my goodness.
and he talked about Florida High and Madison County last week being the game of the week, and how INSiiGHTS had did the game a couple years ago in Madison, and they beat Florida High like a drum. There was no way that Florida High was going to lose to them this year because Florida High is loaded. Florida High is pretty much loaded in everything. I'm sure Jalen will tell you the same thing. All them is tight boys and everything. They be running around together and lifting, working out. They got an outstanding program going over there. But he called it, and they lost to Madison. It was kind of a shocker. It was kind of a shocker. So what I have next is a young man that has made history. He got signed with Overtime Elite pro contract. No, he's not out of college signing. He's not graduated from high school. He's going into his senior year. He's not a flash in the pan. He has been recruited since 9th grade. Excellent student, 4.2. He's a former Wooded Academic Award winner from INSiiGHTS for his academic, athletic achievements, and community involvement. He was ranked in the top 100 in his class back when they just came out of middle school. Each year, he kept moving up in the rankings. It was like he didn't like being in the top 100. So he figured that he needed to be better and better. So he kept working on his game. I've been watching him a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing Florida High games a long time. Those guys over there were always a little special. His tight boy, Trey Donaldson, we'd be broadcasting the game, and he'd walk over in warm-ups and slap me 5 going through warm-ups. I said, these boys are crazy. These boys are crazy. Jalen was recruited by Florida, Georgia, Georgetown, Rick Brown, Georgetown, Hoyas,
Yep.
Wake Forest, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Ole Miss. I mean, those are just some of the teams that were recruiting him. Those were just kind of like the last few choices. With us today, pro, might be 17. Jalen Martin from Tallahassee, Florida. Welcome to INSiiGHTS.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome, Jalen. Hey, how about that? A pro.
An active pro, not a pro back in the past.
Right.
He a pro today. Man, how does it feel, Jalen?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing.
Where are you now?
Right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
And what are you doing there?
Well, I'm starting my professional career and finishing up high school, graduating too this year.
So what are you guys doing now, Jalen?
Right now, we had school this morning and practice, so now we're just chilling at the apartments.
They have apartments for the guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me. Oh, I got a comment already from Jan Jackson. He said, Jalen Martin is the best basketball player of all time.
Of all time.
Not he's a very good basketball player. He's the best of all time. Tell me, when it really happened, as it started to happen for you, when did they first contact you about this new league they were starting?
Well, it started at the beginning of the school year when they first contacted me. And then they started building a relationship and started to explain all of the details behind the league, and that's when it really started.
What was your first impression when they contacted you? You were like, "Are y'all kidding me?" Or what was your thought?
So I already had some friends who signed, so it was I didn't think they were gonna contact me, but they did, and I was amazed. It was a lot to take in.
What was the hardest choice?
The hardest choice was deciding whether I wanted to go pro and play with the league and skip college, or did I want to skip college? Because if I wouldn't have went to the pro league, I had 5 college visits lined up. So I'll say the hardest part was telling the coaches that I'm not coming on the visits anymore.
Which coach was the most understanding? I'm sure you might have had some that kind of felt like they had wasted some time with you, but who do you think was the most understanding? Oh, you don't have to call their name, but just kind of tell us what they might have said that made you feel like they really were concerned about it.
Most of the coaches were understanding, and they were just telling me that they were very proud of me and glad I took another option, another way to get to where I want to be. So they were just proud about that. That they know I love the game. They know I have a lot of love for basketball. So they were happy that I took another way to reach my path. My goal.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How has practice gone? I've seen some things on on video where y'all kind of get after it in practice. What's that like?
Yeah, practice is very fun and intense. Like we do a lot of like training, individual skill work, working on like as a team, like we're working on offense, working on a lot of defense. And like the main thing we do is like we're still working in the weight room and we're doing like a lot of conditioning to get in shape, in pro shape.
In pro shape, because the game is much faster.
Yeah, so very fast paced.
Jalen, tell us, what is a day like? Take us from once you get up until it's time for you to call it an evening.
All right, so this is pretty much how my day goes. We wake up around like 6:30. We got to get COVID tested every day. So we get COVID tested. Then they have breakfast lined up for us. We get COVID tested, get breakfast, and then we'll come back to our rooms. And we got like an hour to get ready for school, grab all the stuff we need for practice. So we hop on the shuttle to school. And we have like, right now we're having school in like our office building. So we have like an office building we go to. They split us up. It's like a 4-to-1 teacher-student ratio, or student-to-teacher ratio. So it's like 4 person per classes. So we start school. We're at school for like a good part of the day, from like around 9:30 to like 12:31, and then after that we have lunch in the office building. They bring the lunch out, prepare lunch for us. We eat. Then after that we head to the gym. We practice from like around to like 2 to like around 5:30 almost every day. We do like a lot of like recovery too. Like they take us to like different stretches before and after practice to make sure that like we're good. They also like put a chip on us to like monitor like how we move, like if we're doing like enough like running or we're doing too much running. So they monitor us like 24/7 like during practice to make sure that we're getting like what we need and to make sure we're not overdoing it. Because the main thing like our health department is focused on is like injury prevention. So like with our injury prevention, like they're monitoring us and like working on stuff that we need so that we can stay healthy throughout the season. So after that, like we hit the showers, like freshen up, then we end up going back to the apartments where they have dinner for us. And after that, like the day is pretty much yours.
After that, the day is pretty much yours.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's called that. After that is called get some sleep.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm really impressed with and I want to know more about is about the classes. So you have actual teachers, or you're actually taking the classes online. Tell me a little bit about that, because I know with a 4.2 grade point average, I know it was no way your family was going to just let you go and let all that go to waste without you finishing up. So tell us some more about that.
Well, academics is actually amazing. Like most people won't like understand, but it's actually amazing. So like they make sure you take the class that you need to graduate. They're not just like putting you in like any class just to fill your class. Like whatever you need to graduate, that's what they're taking care of. So with me, I have my history class. That's the only class. I only need one class to graduate. So now that I'm doing my history class, like with my teacher, after my history class, I have the option to dual enroll, or I can take like, it's called Exceed classes, which are like electives that I can take. So, and they have like advisors for every subject. So when you're taking your classes, like they like the teachers, like that's why I'm saying the 4-to-1 ratio, they can focus on like you and like what you need to work on, instead of like just having like one teacher for like 20 students. So they're really like taking their time and like focusing on like your personal development, like school wise.
Oh man, that's great. So once you finish that one class that you need for graduation, so you're not taking a lot of census classes, are you gonna be dual enrolled after that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be dual enrolled.
Okay, so those classes will be online.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I see Rick leaning back now, knowing your mom played in Quincy over there for Coach White back when it was Quincy Shanks. She was a horse. Now your mom could play. I don't know what she may have told you or what people had told you, but she could play. Who was the hardest one to convince for you to go pro, your mom or your dad?
I'll say it's like a little in between both. Like both, like my mom was like mostly worried about like the academics part. That's what she was mostly worried about. But then like they pretty much explained to her. And then my dad was like, he wasn't like really worried about anything. He just wanted to know like what was going on, like how I'll like, be training and how like they like feed me like meals and stuff, and how like they'll develop my body. So like once like they pretty much explained everything, and, like showed like the backgrounds to like all of the program, it was pretty much just on me like telling myself that I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm. And what was the thing that really made you decide that you wanted to do it?
It was like I wanted to be like a pioneer. Like I want like change. So like when I seen like I had this opportunity, I feel like it was the perfect time. Like God has a plan for me. So like I feel like He introduced this plan for me like at the right time. So like I had to take it.
Rick, he said he wanted to be a pioneer.
I heard, and that bodes well for your future, Jalen. Is there anything that you miss, or when you finally made this decision? Were there things that you were like, "Wow, I'm going to miss this," or "I'm going to miss that," or did you just say, "Hey, it was nice, but I got dreams. I'm looking forward and not behind"?
Well, it was kind of both. Like I have dreams and like I had to move forward. That was like probably the hardest part, like moving forward away from all of my friends. Like I'm moving away from all my friends. Like I know my basketball team misses me. Like this was our year. Like we all been playing against since we were young. But me and Trey and Miles, like we were the 3 seniors. Like we were the youngest on the team in the 9th grade, and we grew up together like for these last years. And like this was our year to win it. And I know they're still going to win it. Like they're going to win it this year. Like I'm telling you right now, they're going to win it. I got like 100% faith in them that they're going to win. But like that was my main part, like not being able to compete with them for my last year, and then like school stuff, like school field trips and stuff like that. Just missing like my family at school.
I'm really glad to hear you explain the lodging and the food situation. That would be a dad question too. The one, or is my boy gonna eat and y'all gonna feed him? He gonna be taken care of, you know. And but tell me, I'm gonna go back to practice. What is it? Tell me something that you learned in practice that you wish you knew last year playing in high school. What have you learned that you wish?
Well, like I wish like last year, like high school is like so much different because like of the speed of the game. That's probably the most part. It's the speed of the game, like. And on practice, like you're forced to. Our coach always tells us level 5 juice, like high energy. You got to go 120 every time. It's 120. It's fast paced. Like nothing is slow. Like everything is fast paced. Sprinting the floor, drills, anything is fast paced. And like that's one thing. Like that's not like in high school. Like the game was much slower. So I wish if last year in high school, if I would have went harder and harder and harder, I feel like I'd be like a way better player than I was last year.
You know, typically halfway through your freshman year, which is like your freshman year at an accelerated level, you always see some things, having been through it. You say, man, if I'd known that in high school, they couldn't have done nothing with me. You know, how many of the guys did you actually know before you signed? You said a lot of your friends had already signed.
Oh yeah, well, like from playing like summer basketball, like I did like a lot of traveling. So I know about like 11 people, like 11 out of 24 people already. So that made me more comfortable too, that I already knew them.
So how many guys they have that you looking up to that's going to be playing 4 and 5? And what position do they want to play once you at?
Oh, right now I'm playing like the wing position. Like they're split up into 3. Like you got like the point guards, you got the wings, and you got the big man. So I really I'm like competing and working out and training with the wings like day in and day out. And we're getting better at like our position, like it's stuff that we need to work on to get to the NBA.
Okay. When does your season start?
Well, our first game, I don't know when our first game is, but our season starts in October, at the end of October.
Okay. So you'll divide what into 2 teams, 3 teams, 4 teams? How is that going to go with the 24 guys you have?
Well, we have 24 players, so like we'll be like 3 teams of 8. So every weekend, it'll be like we play like on the Friday and the Saturday. So they'll end up bringing like 3 different prep schools, and like our teams will play like 3 of their teams, and then they'll like rotate it. So the next day, like the different teams will play like different people like every weekend.
Now you do know that wherever you are, we're gonna come see you play.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of games in Atlanta.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, in case you didn't know, INSiiGHTS gonna come see you play. You know, this is not we kind of feel like we've been with you from the beginning, so we want people to know how you're doing. This will not be our last conversation with you, but I have to say this. You sound so excited, and that has me excited because I'm real proud of you, but you just sound so happy and you sound so excited to be living your dream.
Yeah. There was like a lot of like comments and stuff, like people saying do it, people saying don't do it. But like I feel like I'm at peace with my decision. I'm happy I made the decision.
You seem at peace. And a lot of times, you know, when you ask opinions, even though you're now a public figure, they're going to give you their opinions away, you know, and you have to kind of build that shell where things that they say to you that's negative, that you use it as fuel to go. But, you know, they are not your spiritual guidance. But you only have a handful of people you should trust, because outside of that, you know, your circle should be even tighter now that you now actually you're ready to have some money, and that brings a whole different set of issues. You got a village behind you, young man.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was telling your mom. I said he has a village behind him, and we want everybody to know that he has a village. But we want to make sure that we support you in the right way and let everybody know how you doing.
Yes, sir.
Rick, anything you like to say to the legend, Jalen?
Just congratulations on making this decision, and good luck, because I am really interested in following how this goes and how you progress up this ladder. And stay focused and keep your faith.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
And Jalen, we you know, I was in touch with your mom. She told me the process to go through, who to call or who to contact, in trying to set up our interview with you, because we wanted to talk to you. And you know, we've been following each other on Twitter for the longest time anyway. You know, and if you really want to laugh, you know, you got your games back up there from 9th and 10th grade that you can go back and look at.
Yeah.
And you can see how much you've improved in, you know, and I really want to see, because I mean, see that improvement and growth in you as you go on into manhood and assume responsibility, and just as much as you can do the right things, you know, just, you know, you've been raised the right way. So, you know, you're making decisions now that can adversely affect the way you live. And we know that you know, you've been raised the right way. So just follow your spirit and your heart. And if you ever feel like you're in doubt about what decision or what to do, you got family you can talk to.
Yes, sir.
You know, I got another message here. You should have known this was coming. I'm so proud of you, Jalen. Love, Mom. And then she must have just heard me say this. She said, I've taught him to channel the negativity in the energy. Then you got somebody else say, Showtime, Chosen, Favor, congratulations, Jalen. And let's say, love, G-Ma. So you got family and people behind you, Jalen. And, you know, we probably want to kind of reach out to you, let you know, let everybody know how you're doing. Let them see this energy that we're seeing on the show. Another one. So proud of you, Jalen, from, I think that's Latrika Kent. Well, we getting a record number of comments from your fan club. Hey, that NIL, you know, you need to go on and work on that brand. We need some Jalen Martin shirts and stuff, some paraphernalia to sell.
I actually got some stuff coming soon.
See? That's what we're talking about. We're trying to get some of that extra money in there for you. You know, so we appreciate you again, and we will be in touch with you, and thank you for your support of INSiiGHTS. You know, you and your teammates, y'all, you know, we've always had a special relationship with Florida High and Ricketts. I mean, we've always had a good relationship, and sitting in that spot over there in the bleachers taping y'all basketball game. You know, we wish you good luck, Jalen. Anything you'd like to say in closing?
I just want to thank everybody who's watching right now, and I want to thank you two for bringing me onto the show and showing support and asking questions about like my future. And I thank you for supporting me all of these years too. So thank you. Boy,
Jalen, we appreciate you, boy. Look at him, boy. I told you, raised right.
Yes, sir. And we will see you soon. Most
Yes,
definitely.
we will see you soon. Thank you, Jalen. We appreciate this. Somebody said you got this from Jada.
That's my little sister.
Oh. And they said, great interview. We miss you already, but we're proud of you. They say that, hey, them your people. Them your people. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Hey, Rick, we're gonna go to your people on pick a game.
Oh. Yeah, what do we have this week? Boy, Hey, I know you happy the Dago Steelers are getting knocked around like they got some issues over there in Pittsburgh land.
Oh yeah, they got some issues. Now to show you how that goes, we messed around there and didn't save my picks. Didn't save my picks. I looked at the thing and I was like at the bottom. I said, what in the world? I didn't save my picks. Oh, Lord. So the only game I was able to pick a winner was the game last night. That was the only one I was able to pick. But, boy, they got something going on on the message board. You've been reading that?
I have not, Coach. I have not been privy to the message board, but you know what? I'm about to go check it out because I know I could just imagine what's going on.
Oh yeah, somebody already said it's Kevin to Todd. As my former college roommate, I have a history with said Mr. Lampley. He does not know he never knew how to even pay his right amount for groceries. I recall having to double count his contributions at the checkout line. I'd like to file a formal complaint about his tampering skills. And Clifton Chatmon, have to give him up. We got to get him on the show. He picked 5 out of 6 winners last week. The only game he missed was the Bucks game.
Yeah,
he had 5 out of 6. He again now beat us next week. Be on the show. We got the games listed. We got the games listed to pick right down there who you think the winners are. But we'll have Clifton on the show next week. We still getting stuff from Cliff about our interview with Jalen. I say Jalen Martin is the future. G-Mob.
You know, Coach, you're a parent. I'm a parent. Your kids play college ball. How hard was that for their parents, for Jalen's parents to not only let their teenage son go, but to let their baby go? I mean, go.
Well, see, he's been traveling a lot anyway. You know, with the AAU circuit and all, and it's hard even if you have reservations to step in at the age he's at, and he's living his dream. I mean, how do you tell your child not to live your dream with the supervision that they're giving him? You know, they're feeding him. He has a place to stay, so he's not spending any money on that.
Right.
You know, he's in there with all of them and supervised a little bit, so he should be okay. And he knew almost half of them.
It almost seems like a trade, like a foreign exchange. How how the foreign exchange students come over to the U.S. or vice versa, they go to the other countries to study. Where this is almost like he's studying basketball.
Exactly, and the academic component of it, I like.
Yeah.
But let me get to the. We'll come back to that. But this week's games: Washington at Atlanta, Dallas at Carolina, Cleveland at Minnesota, Tennessee at the Jets, Green Bay versus Pittsburgh. That's going to be a blowout. Tampa Bay and New England. Bill Belichick can't deflate the balls enough to give himself a chance there. San Francisco and Seattle. But I don't know if you really noticed on the score there, you like one game up on Sports Diva. Sports Diva's after you.
3 weeks. 3 weeks into the season.
Well,
I'm not worried.
Todd had a pretty good lead going one time, but that lead is kind of dissipated on him.
He had a good week.
That first week.
So I think, didn't he have a good week this week? Didn't he go 6-0?
He went 6-0 this week.
Yeah. He better keep on.
It's a long weekend. A long season.
He better get head down, because I'm telling you, by the time the second half of this season comes, it's not going to be pretty for a lot of people. Sorry, Sports Diva.
Sorry, Sports Diva, huh?
You better jump ahead now, and you better run.
All right, remember now, we got the games listed up here. You know, beat the crew. Pick the winners. Put them down there. Remember, click, like, and subscribe. Help us drive our numbers up. We hope that you appreciated the show that we did. We ought to have a whole lot of likes clicked on there from people with Jalen Martin. He is an impressive young man.
Yes.
He's an impressive young man. You know, so we'll get a chance to see him play at the next level, and we'll come back and give you a report on how he's doing and things like that, because we're really happy and proud of him and what he's doing. And our component today was a pretty good component. Earl the Pearl Hankerson, well, he gets excited about that high school component. But next week we're starting our local high school basketball preview. Already on tap, Sharia Davis from Ricketts High School, Eli Bryant from Ricketts High School, the boys and girls coaches respectively. And part of what we want to do with Insights is, we always say hashtag it's about the kids. Part of our Leadership Academy, we wanted to make sure that we interview a couple of their players. We want to get them used to interviewing and being able to talk and express their ideas and thoughts. And we will explain to them what we are doing before we even interview. And we will edit it, but we want all of them to be as well spoken as the young man that was just on here, Jalen Martin. Jalen started off with one-word answers. He's a little nervous at first, and then he warmed up, and he did an excellent job.
Loved it. Shout out to his parents and to his village for you have to be proud of that young man. And I was very impressed at how he came across. There's not too many young 16, 17-year-olds that I've interviewed that's been as poised, and I'm not even blowing smoke, Coach, been as poised as Jalen was. And the way he came across, thoughtful, and knows what he wants, and not just the we going to the NBA, we going pro, no, he has it up here. I mean, that's that 4.2 you were talking about. So congrats to his village. And I can't wait to follow him in the future. I cannot wait, because I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta twice. So once to see him, and then the end of the year football, but that's another story. So
he's a young man we're proud of, and they're churning him out pretty good at Florida High. They're doing a good job with him over there, and one of Charlie Ward's kids, and both the men and women's basketball programs are doing well. They just had a commit in the women's program to go to Auburn.
Oh,
we've been talking about them since they were ninth graders, and believe it or not, most of them graduating now. As he said, three of them are seniors. And I just want to see how they continue to grow. But as basketball season getting ready to come, we want to take some time to try to hear from the coaches and the kids on the team a little bit about how they're looking forward to this upcoming season, and You know, it looks very well that people are actually getting through COVID and playing. You know, we're still having some hiccups. But we want to let them know that we still support them. We want to put them in positions to expose them and positions for them to learn and grow as student athletes.
Indeed.
You know, so I appreciate them as always, and we will continue with our Pick the Winner segment as people start to walk the dog on the land. And the land is kind of walking on lamp. Sports Diva talking a lot of stuff. Texting me and sending me information. The only thing they're ever concerned about is catching Rick the reporter.
I'm not hard to catch right now.
Right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being with us tonight. We actually have already scheduled for next week, along with the Rickers boys and girls. We got Kamayu Johnson, the Black PGA golfer from Tallahassee, that we did something on earlier that kind of came from nowhere to learn how to play and had so many people supporting him here in Tallahassee. He just held what they call it. He had his first golf tournament for the My Foundation. That's his nickname, My. And we've already scheduled an interview. I met this young man at Heileman. And when I met him, he was every bit as impressive as Jalen is. And I was just kind of blown away. I'm so proud of some of these young men that I'm getting a chance to meet and talk to that represent themselves so well. And we've always saying it's about the kids.
It is.
You know,
Yes.
We don't make the stories, we tell them.
Bam. Believe that.
And that's what we do on Insights. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody who understands that what we're trying to do is support these kids and what they're doing and giving them a vehicle and a platform to express and show what's going on. And for those of you, all the congratulations and kudos and things that we've gotten from so many people, it's without working at it. I mean, it's not something that comes easy. And we have to jump through a lot of hoops sometimes, but it sure is a lot easier when people understand that it's not about us. It's about,
and that's the bottom line. And that's why it's worth it. It's worth those hoops once we do that. So congrats to you too, Coach.
Thank you, sir. And I appreciate Rick Brown, the reporter's reporter, and we will continue on. And it ought to be another interesting weekend in sports because something happens all the time. It's what takes your mind off a lot of craziness. And that's what we try to do on this show, is provide some craziness for you.
Sorry, Eagles. You're supposed to be flying, Eagles. Look at you. You sorry.
And all the Steeler fans have gotten real quiet.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
And they talking about they talking about the quarterback. They knew when they drafted Najee Harris, all the critics told them you don't have an offensive line. And your quarterback is getting killed. Oh, it's Ben Roth. It's his fault. They're not blocking. Oh, let me tell you what somebody said. I'm going to have to go. The Browns game. They are calling, some of the sportscasters are calling for the coach's head. One of them made a very, very interesting comment. They said they kept 4 wideouts. They left 5 to block one-on-one on the Browns defenders. 1-and-1 on nobody chipping, no secondary block. Then once the Browns figured out it wasn't any help coming, they turned Clowney and Myles Garrett loose. And what he said that was so interesting was, did he set Justin Fields up for failure because he didn't want Justin to do it? And part of the game at one point, he and Justin were having a heated discussion on the sideline. So it's just interesting. You never know what you know.
Miles, 4.5 sacks
You can't block him with one person. That's crazy.
against such a versatile quarterback. It's almost like they're telling him don't run.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know.
that's all right.
I know that's right. Hey, y'all, we appreciate you. That's for sure.
Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.com.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
See you next week, folks.
Next week. Mask up. Be safe.